Michael, what's today's audio setup?
Today I tested the sound quality difference using the pre-out terminals and main-in terminals on Yamaha's integrated amplifier, the A-S1200.
So you tried using the A-S1200 as both a preamp and a power amp. Master, you want to hear how the A-S1200 sounds as a preamp and power amp too, right?
Yes, I want to know.
Did the sound differ when using the A-S1200 as a preamp and power amp?
The sound was quite different. It really showed me how the sound changes depending on how you use the same equipment.
I see. What equipment did you use?
The source was Amazon Music, the network streamer was Linkplay's WM Ultra, the DAC was SMSL's D200, and the speakers were B&W's 805D4. When using the A-S1200 as a power amp, I used the volume control on the D200. When using the A-S1200 as a preamp, I used the SMSL PA200 as the power amp.
Isn't the A-S1200 a combined preamp and power amp unit? Is there an advantage to separating those roles?
Good question. Let's talk about the roles of the preamp and power amp. First, the preamp's role. Its job is to amplify the small signal from the source and condition it to a level the power amp can handle easily. The preamp also handles delicate signal processing like volume control, input switching, and balance adjustment. That's why it's the part of the amp where sound quality differences are most noticeable. Key points affecting preamp sound quality are: first, gain, amplification quality. How cleanly and accurately the preamp amplifies the signal determines the sound's transparency, resolution, SN ratio, and spatial expression. A good preamp produces a clear soundstage with a sense of quiet and natural depth. Conversely, a poor preamp introduces graininess, blurring, noise, and a hazy sound. Second, quality of the volume circuit. The quality of the volume circuit significantly impacts the sound. Volume mechanisms vary: resistive, ladder type, electronic volume, etc., but a good circuit minimizes tonal coloration and maintains precise left-right balance. Third, sound character by circuit type. The preamp circuit design itself greatly alters the sound quality. Tube preamps offer richness, spaciousness, and warmth. Op-amp preamps deliver a modern, clean sound, though sometimes with a slightly thinner character. Fourth, power supply quality. A high-quality power supply improves sound stability, tightens the low end, and enhances silence. A weak power supply makes the sound light and the low end blurry. In summary, the preamp is the device that determines the character of the sound. Sound quality, timbre, transparency, spatial expression, and silence are largely decided by the preamp. No matter how high performance the power amplifier is, a poor preamp prevents it from reaching its full potential.
So the preamp's quality determines the sound of the amplifier, huh?
Next, the power amplifier. The power amplifier's role is to amplify the signal received from the preamp into high power. It provides the force to drive the speakers and physically vibrate them. The points where the power amplifier affects sound quality are: first, driving force, damping factor. This indicates how precisely the signal can be controlled to the speaker. Strong driving force results in tight bass, fast speed, and well-defined imaging. Weak driving force leads to boomy bass, dull rhythm, and ambiguous positioning. Second, output and power supply capacity. High output provides superior transient response and stronger sound projection. Third, output stage configuration. Class A, Class AB, Class D. Class A is smooth, rich, and low in distortion. Class AB offers a balanced approach. High-end models sound exceptionally natural. Class D is highly efficient, provides strong bass control, and delivers a modern, clean sound. Fourth, compatibility with speakers. With low-impedance speakers like 4 ohms, a weak power amplifier cannot reproduce bass effectively. In summary, the power amplifier handles the foundation of the sound and the driving force.
So the power amp has an important role too, huh?
That's right.
How did the sound differ with each setup?
Splitting the A-S1200 into preamp and power amp made a noticeable difference in the sound. Using the DAC D200 volume control while employing the A-S1200 as a power amp seemed to degrade the signal-to-noise ratio. Using the A-S1200 volume control was definitely better.
Is the D200 volume control subpar?
Probably. The D200 is a budget product. I doubt they invested much in the volume control. It has a volume mechanism, but that's about it. So I suspect that's why the SN ratio dropped compared to using the A-S1200's volume.
So the volume mechanism really is important, huh?
Yeah, the sound was better using the A-S1200's volume than the D200's.
Is the sound better with an integrated amplifier?
It depends on the preamp and power amp combination. The main advantage of separating preamp and power amp is reduced power supply and circuit interference. When an integrated amp shares a power transformer between preamp and power amp sections, circuit-to-circuit interference occurs. This leads to reduced signal-to-noise ratio. Some high-end integrated amps use separate transformers for preamp and power amp, but interference is still unavoidable when two circuits share the same chassis. When using the D200 volume control with the A-S1200 as a power amplifier, the D200 performed poorly as a preamp. Therefore, using the A-S1200 as the integrated unit likely produced better sound.
That's a case where separating preamp and power amp didn't offer any benefits.
Exactly. Next, using the A-S1200 as the preamp and the PA200 as the power amp sounded quite good. The SN ratio was clearly better than using the A-S1200 as a pre-main. The low and high frequencies, which were muddy with the A-S1200, became much clearer. The A-S1200 is known for its warm mid-range, and the PA200 added a nice crispness to that.
So it brought out the best in both units?
Exactly. Using the A-S1200 as a power amp wasn't great, but using it as a preamp definitely works. That said, it depends on the equipment you pair it with. That's just the result I got with my setup.
So, if you use a high-quality preamp, using the A-S1200 as a power amp could work too?
Probably.
Michael, which way did you like best for the A-S1200, preamp, power amp, or integrated?
I like using the A-S1200 as a preamp the best. It completely dispels any concerns I had about the A-S1200. This test showed me the fun of using separate preamp and power amp components.
Audio is deep, huh?
The more gear you add, the more money it costs and the more space it takes up. Plus, you have to add more cables. Still, adding gear can lead to new discoveries and sometimes better sound, though it can also make things sound worse.
So Michael, are you going to use the A-S1200 as the preamp and the PA200 as the power amp?
For now, that's how I'll use them. But since I've discovered the joy of using a preamp, I'm also thinking about introducing a new preamp.
You're buying new audio gear again?
Probably. If there's an unknown world in audio, I can't resist the urge to explore it. So I'll keep walking the audio path without settling for the status quo.
That's an amazing spirit. Master, you found the A-S1200 interesting to use too, right?
Yes, interesting.